Many funding proposals don't fail because the idea is bad. They fail because they're confusing, overcomplicated, or they don't show clearly why the money matters. So I'll show you how to write a winning proposal in 5 simple steps. You don't need to be a professional bid writer. In fact, I'm probably doing myself out of a job. You just need to know what funders are really looking for and how to save yourself hours of wasted time. Remember, if you want ready-made templates to make them even quicker, I'll add them to my courses and my network sessions. So see the link in my website below to find more information about that. Step 1. Start with the problem. So the first thing a funder wants to know is, why does this problem matter? So don't start with your solution, start with the need. Use 1 or 2 statistics. For example, in our town, 1 in 3 young people have no access to safe sports activities, and add that human element. So parents tell us that their children are bored and unsafe after school. You could also add the statistics on antisocial behaviour or similar if that relates. So funders switch off if you just throw jargon at them. So make it simple, make it human, and add that evidence base. Although funders' questions tend to be worded slightly differently due to their priorities being different, if you keep a master document with everything on it, then it's easier to shape it accordingly when you need to. So step 2 is show your solution clearly. Once a funder understands the problem, show them exactly how you'll fix it. Keep it clear and specific. Who will you help? What will you do? How often will you do it? So for example, we'll run a 12-week after-school programme for 60 children aged 8 to 12, teaching swimming and water safety twice a week. So if you can't explain your solution in 1 or 2 sentences, it's probably too complicated. Simplify. Funders like to see focus. Remember to go back to your strategy that we talked about before, and I'll add the link at the end of this video. If you haven't done your strategy, your 1-page strategy, then you need to. It'll save you time later, and this should all be in there. Step 3, evidence and impact. Now, prove it'll work. Funders want to know, what difference will this make? Talk about impact, not just activity. So running a course is an activity. Children learning water safety and reducing accidents, that is impact. You can also include quick evidence, so research, testimonials, or a pilot project that you've already run and what are the results that come out of that. So for example, use the phrase, this means that. So we'll deliver weekly sessions. This means that children will feel safer in the water, parents will feel confident, and accident risks will reduce. So that one phrase connects activity to outcomes. Step 4, budget that matches reality. So here's where a lot of proposals fall apart, the budget. So make sure your costs match your activities. If you say you're running 12 weeks, don't have staff costs for 52 weeks. Include small but real costs, so contribution to insurance, equipment, volunteer expenses. Funders know exactly what it takes to run these projects, and they know what costs. So it's better to be realistic than to look like you forgot half of it or you're over inflating it. Don't pad it out. So if you're asking for 5,000, make sure your numbers add up neatly to 5,000. But you remember, if the fund is a maximum of 5,000, you may not need to necessarily reach that 5,000. So for example, it's okay if your project comes to 4,900. Cost it exactly and don't overinflate. Also check eligibility, so make sure that you are applying for funds for costs that are eligible. Here's a tip, show that you'll contribute something too. So Maybe that's in kind, like volunteer time or a free venue hire if you can get it. It all shows that commitment to the project. Step 5, make it readable. So the best proposals aren't the longest, they're the clearest. So use short sentences and bullet points where you can. Avoid jargon. Young people aged 8 to 12, not beneficiaries in the early adolescent stage, which makes no sense. And always finish with clear summary. So the problem, the solution, the impact, and why funding matters. So be aware of word counts, don't go over. I always suggest slightly under, keep it as near as possible to the word count if you can do that. So, but do not go over your word count. So here's a tip before you send it. Ask someone outside your project to read it. If they don't understand it, neither will the funder. So remember, the 5 steps are: 1. Start with the problem. Show the solution clearly. Prove the impact. Budget realistically. Keep it reasonable. And get those right. You'll be ahead of 80% of the applications. If you'd like a ready-to-use proposal template and a full fundraising strategy, then you can apply for the not-for-profit or small business courses. So I've got the Mastering Not-for-Profit Launch and Grow course on my website, and I'll put the link below. And I'll soon be starting the Startup Superstars course too. So if you found this useful, please hit like and subscribe and share with someone who's writing their first proposal. Trust me, they'll thank you for it. Thank you for listening.